Greetings. Welcome, good people, to another video. Um, yeah, if you have been following me for a while, you know what we usually talk about. But if you're new, welcome to the channel where we talk about spirituality, self-reflection, self-growth, self-development, narcissism, abuse, you know, and just in whole becoming the best version of yourself, right? Now, I believe you reach a level where you understand that God is the gatekeeper, right? And it's like you cannot really live life in such a way that you are secure and you know who He is because He's your maker, right? He's our maker. So He created us in His image, right? So it's like you get to a point where you just realize that he's like the one who leads your story. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's unbelievable how He brings growth into you once you surrender your life and you just stay committed. Okay, because it's like the world out there, it's just not committed. Like the world is does not believe. Like most people does not believe, and it's like it's quite very deep to me how people take this whole life thing quite shallow, and they're just most of them trying to play God's work, right? It's like it's like they don't come to this point where they ask themselves, why are we here? Like, why me? Why are we created? It's like, nah, they're just living life. They just found people living life, so just ignoring the roots type thing. And when I talk about the roots, I'm not talking about your home village or where you were born or your hood. Nah, I'm talking about what makes you you. Excuse me. I'm talking about what makes you you, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I came from that place too where I thought, okay, God is in the clouds, God, the devil underground from a young age, right? And as I kept growing and seeking, and it's like just with me, I was just dedicated to having a huge relationship with God, right? So I remember even back then as a kid, I used to pray, which like amazes me right now, right? Because sometimes I'd be looking at these other kids and I'm wondering, do they pray just like I prayed when I was that age? Like I used to pray, like not like for maybe to God to protect me. I used to pray for that as a kid, like as a 5-year old, 6-year old, 7-year old. I used to pray, and it's like I look back and I realize how much I've been seeking, like how much I have been believing, right? And it's just that journey where you see it was meant to be, right? You because people consciousness is different, right? Like some people come to this world and they already know their mission. Some people come here and they're blinded, and then they wake up later on, they're still asleep, and then they like wake up later on and realize who they truly are, right? And what they're really here to do type thing, right? So I come from that place too, ladies and gentlemen, where though I believed from a young age, but like I just was still seeking and didn't really have that much knowledge about God, right? And where to find him and how maybe, right? Where's there? But I used to pray that please don't let me find myself in the wrong crowd or the wrong church, worshiping under the wrong church, thinking it's a church of God, while it's not. Now he has his way of directing you to where he wants you to go. And it's like you look back, you realize each and every place and every experience that you went through was building up to where you are right now, right? Where I am right now. Through the hardships, the trials and tribulations, right? Friends turning into snakes. And it's like it was just all part of your learning path and growing, right? But then you look back, you reach a certain level where you look back and you realize that people do not grow. Okay, you get to a point where you start evolving even beyond where an average person is, right? And you are all the way up there and you're looking down, not that came out wrong, not looking down on people, but like you are at a point where now God has, he knows that you're at a level where you can comprehend some of this information and knowledge, right? And it's like he keeps adding more and more and more, and you surpasses the mind of an average person who doesn't really have a close relationship with God like that. Okay, now that came out right, right? And you just it's some people say it's lonely at the top, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, I get why, because now you realize that it's not a lot of people you can have conversations with, because just mere regular conversations that people that regular people have, right? It's like they're just boring, right? You want to talk about growth and self-development and the purpose of life, and it's like people are just being simple-minded and they're just talking of the everyday things, right? And it's like you can still communicate and get along and try fit it, but it's like it's only to a certain level where now it gets to you and it's starting to sound boring because it's the same thing, right? So people that relate to you become rare, like they become, it's like there's just nobody around you who can you can conversate about such things with. And like the people that you do meet, because sometimes you do meet people who are quite in the journey of being awake, or that you see that these people they just need a little bit of direction and don't understand what's actually happening in this world, right? So this whole journey is unbelievable, right? But I also want to mention that as a child of God, it's not a simple one, right? It's not a simple journey, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough one, because you meet people who are quite very low vibrational. Okay, right. So you meet people who are quite very low vibrational, as in like they still operate in that energy of envy, hate, jealousy. And now that you have grown spiritually, mentally, right, you understand that God is not in the clouds or the devil underground. No, it's like you realize that the devil, both the devil and God, uses people, right? So when you're walking a godly path, it's quite very clear how the devil try uses these people to stop you, ladies and gentlemen, or to break you, or to break, because mostly it's like the devil is just trying to destroy the relationship you have with God. So he's by him coming against you, is like God is also using him coming against you to make you more aware and realizing the battle you are fighting, right? So now you are learning balance, right? You're learning how the devil operates, and it's like at the same time God uses that to grow your relationship and your faith with him. Now once you understand how the matrix has been trying to keep you in a low state of vibration, then I believe that you would have conquered quite a whole lot when it comes to spirituality. But it's like the devil just doesn't stop coming at you, right? It's like he just keeps trying and trying and trying, and it's like just the more he tries, the more he makes you more aware as well, right? Because like every new trick that he tries to deceive you with, it's only a matter of time before you pick up on it and you realize what he was doing, you know. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk about this, quite a summary of this whole journey, quite a bit, right? And how, you know, we are meant to evolve and grow, not stay in a loop and not seek growth, right? Now stay prayed up, stay safe. I'll stay keep keep seeking, right? Keep researching, keep equip yourself with understanding and knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. Equip yourself with knowledge, right? Stay prayed up, stay safe, stay meditated. Peace.